Hey folks, Jason, Painfully Honest Tech here to talk to you about the Samsung Galaxy S21 announcement event. I just got done watching the event not long ago, and I have to say, I don't know a whole lot more than I did coming in. I made a video earlier in the week about the leaks and rumors and what we thought we knew about the phones, and coming out of this event, I still think I know more from the leaks and rumors than I did about what Samsung had to say. First off, let's go through what they announced at the event. They got the Galaxy Buds Pro, which are coming out. They're going to be $199. They are, noise canceling earbuds on a similar plane, I'm supposing, as the AirPods Pro. And then they've got the Smart Things Find, which includes smart tags and smart tags plus. The smart tags will give you a general location of the thing that you're looking for, and it'll use the network of Samsung devices and Bluetooth to help you locate them if it's further away from your home. They use the example of your dog. They're kind of chunky looking. And the battery lasts for a few months. They did not say whether or not the battery was replaceable. I would hope so. They cost $29. And they also announced the Smart Tags Plus, which obviously are going to be the better version of the Smart Tags. They actually use AR, and you can sort of use your camera to move around and listen for your thing, and then the AR will point you right to where it is. The Smart Tags Plus, which use AR as well as some other technologies to help you find the thing that you're looking for, will be out later this year. They will cost, we don't know how much money. And well, I guess one thing we can say about the Smart Tags and Smart Tags Plus is that Samsung beat Apple to the market with these. Whether or not there's a market for these, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. After they went through those couple of products, they went on to the Samsung Galaxy S21 and S21 Plus. There were a lot of questions about these phones coming in. Was the screen 1080p? Was the back of the phone glass or plastic? Or was one glass and one plastic? Is there an SD card slot? Will there be a charger in the box? There were a lot of questions about these phones. And these events are usually meant for media and other folks who Samsung wants to get the information out about their phones. And the frustrating thing about this event is that I walked away from watching the event knowing that I knew more from the leaks and rumors than I had gotten from the event itself. Very few outright confirmations of SD card, screen resolution, any of that kind of stuff. And yes, apparently it's true. Samsung has removed the SD card slot from these phones. They've done this in the past. I don't know why they think they can do it again, because everybody got mad and it didn't go so well for Samsung. They brought it back. So yes, it's true though. SD card slot gone. I'm sure you'll let me know what you think about that in the comments. Not really a ton of information on the cameras, although the cameras, they didn't really show us anything that significantly improves the cameras that we can talk about in any real detail, because they didn't provide it. The two most used words in these presentations were amazing and epic. Amazing and epic are two non-descriptive adjectives. The problem with amazing and epic is that they don't really have any meaning. We might use them in general speech, but they don't specifically describe anything. And those were the most repeated words. I'm a writer and a former teacher of writing, and so these kinds of things bother me a lot. And it bothers me doubly so in this case because I wanted to know something about the phones and I didn't get to know anything. I took notes throughout the event, and I'll read you the highlights of the information that I got. I got adaptive refresh rate, which obviously means they're going from 120 hertz down to something, and then everywhere in between. We initially thought that we were getting 120 hertz refresh rate on these two phones all the time, but at 1080p resolution. They did not say if that was true or not, so I cannot confirm or deny that that's the case. I went to the Samsung website to look at the web pages for the S21, S21 Plus, S21 Ultra, and the details that were lacking in the presentation were not there readily available on the website either. What we do know is that it has adaptive refresh rate, that there's an eye comfort shield where it, I guess, adjusts the blue light. I hope that's defeatable because some people hate it, myself included. 6.2 and 6.7 inch screens, AMOLED screens. Again, they did not say resolution. It has the toughest front glass, but we don't know what glass that is because they didn't say. It has a pro-grade camera that does everything for you. Now, that's... Pros like to set all their little levels and everything themselves. Doing everything for you does not sound pro, but maybe I'm splitting hairs. You let me know down in the comments. They didn't tell us if the cameras were better, the same, whatever, in the case of these phones. Now, they will do 8K video, which is completely... maybe not completely useless, but mostly useless to most people. There's a cool feature in the software where if you're taking video, you get this like director's mode where you can see potential thumbnails and camera angles and other things. There was no mention of what chipsets were in the phones. Now we know that there's going to be an Exynos version, and we know that the Snapdragon 888 is in there. They did not give us any inclination as to like how those two might compare, or if those two might compare, or even they did not say the words Snapdragon or Exynos in the presentation. One of the big questions we had, as I said before, was about whether or not the backs of the phones were plastic or glass, or if the S21 was plastic and the S21 Plus was glass. They showed us pictures. They rotated all around. There was no way to really tell because they weren't actual pictures of actual phones. They were renders. One thing we were provided that we really wanted to know about was the prices. Last year, the S20 was $1,000. The S20 Plus was about $1,200 and change, I believe. And then the Ultra was $1,400 and something dollars. That was way too much. I don't really think Samsung sold a lot of those phones last year, which might be the reason that they came out last minute with the Galaxy S20 FE. And so, what we see here, the S21 is going to cost $799. The S21 Plus is going to cost $999. Again, if we have no SD card support, no charger in the box, 1080p screen, as well as plastic backs, if those are all the case, are you willing to pay $800 or $1,000 for these phones? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm very curious because while they did improve the pricing, they might have also taken away some features that a lot of people like and want from the phone. So given that, are you interested in the S21 or the S21 Plus? Let's talk down in the comments below. But before we do that, let's move on to the S21 Ultra, which is the big flagship of the flagship line, I guess. I don't know. It has more stuff. So here are some concrete things that we learned about the S21 Ultra. It's bigger at 6.8 inches. It has a different screen. It will do adaptive refresh rate from 10 to 120 hertz. The rumors were that you could have 1440p resolution on that while using that adaptive refresh rate. They did not go into detail about whether or not that is the case. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. And as a lot of the rumors were projecting, the S21 Ultra will now have S Pen support. They're going to put the digitizer that is used in the Note series inside of the S21 Ultra so that it can use the S Pen. The way it's going to work is the S Pen doesn't come with the phone. You can get the S Pen separately. They also announced the S Pen Pro, which is due out later this year. No time frame given. Now, I'm kind of excited about that. Not because I want to buy the S20 Ultra. I love the S Pen in my Galaxy Note. However, it is small. And it makes it a little difficult for my, swollen hands to use it effectively at times. I've always hoped that there would be a larger one, and now we're getting a larger one, so I'm excited to try that out whenever it comes out later on this year. The pricing for the S21 Ultra is $1,199, $1,200. That is $200 again better than what we had last year with the S20 Ultra. These phones, if I could judge from the graphic that they threw up there at the end of this presentation for about 15 seconds, there's 128 gigabytes of storage as a base, maybe for some, maybe for all phones. It goes up to 256 and up from there. What the pricing structure is to get from there, I could not catch in the brief moment that they had that graphic on the screen. It was like 12 different things that they did not go over, and they did not allow us to, really take some time to look at. A lot of stuff about these phones is still, as of this event, unknown. I guess at this point, the thing to do would be go through the leaks and rumors, dig into the Samsung website somewhere, and try and find corroboration for what is there and what is not. But from what I can understand in watching the event, a lot of what we thought we knew, we actually did know from the leaks and rumors. Samsung just did not give us the details. I just want to reiterate that the reason I'm complaining about this is because as somebody who is going to cover this phone, talk about it, give you the information that I think you need to have in order to decide whether or not this phone is worth upgrading to from whatever phone you have, I didn't get that information from this event, which is really, really frustrating. When you would go to a Samsung event live in person, they might give you a kind of general overview of what was going on with the new line, but you had the opportunity afterwards to go out and put your hands on the phone. They had people there who were there to answer questions and talk about specs and details and this, that, the other thing. We don't have that benefit this year. I watched this event. I took notes. I look at my notes. There's not much there for me to tell you about. When the phones come out and I get one to review, obviously there will be hands-on experience and more detail that I can grab onto to tell you about. Overall, with the information that I have, I will say this. The S21 line is at best an iterative, just like little bits here and there kind of update of the previous phones. The price points are better, but some of the specs that we might know and love from past Samsung phones may not be there. It's a mixed bag at best. And if you're thinking about saving your pennies up until the 29th when you can go and purchase this thing, or you're thinking about doing the trade-ins that Samsung always offers, I can't really tell you whether or not that would be worth it. I'm sure they're going to be good phones. Will they be better than the phones from last year? Will they have fixed some of the camera issues that the Ultra had from last year? There's just no way to know. And that's what I got from the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra event. Now, you let me know what questions you have, and in the meantime, I will start digging and seeing if I can find more specific answers to these questions than what I was offered at this event. Anyway, yeah. Questions, comments, thoughts, down in the comments below. We'll have a boisterous discussion. Once again, though, thank you very much for being here. If this is your first time here and you want to come back, please like this video, subscribe, notify yourself with that bell icon so that YouTube will let you know when there's new stuff. I'll have more Samsung coverage coming up. I will have more audio and other mobile technology related stuff coming as well. If that's for you, then this is for you. Thanks so much for being here. Once again, my name's Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech, so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.